What's up, everyone? My name is Blue, and we are back with more malicious compliance posts. Following the rules to a T to get your point across. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. And with that, let's get into it. Oh, okay. I'll move the truck, Mom. I am a 22-year-old female. I live with my parents, but I'm moving out in a couple weeks, so my mother and I have been bumping heads a lot. The biggest thing we fight about is my clothes and my sleep. Recently, it's been more about my sleep than anything else. I go into work at 2 p.m. every day at my full-time job, so I'm there relatively late. When I get home, I like to decompress, play video games, watch TV, work out, and make something light to eat. I don't always do all of these things in the same day, but what I'm getting at is I stay up late. I get off around 11, home by 11:15, and I won't go to sleep until around 3 or 4 in the morning. The latest being 4 if I'm with my boyfriend. She wakes me up every day from between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. But it's never just once. She'll do it 2 to 4 times in the morning until I can't go back to sleep, and I'm pissed. She doesn't even wake me up for important stuff. It's either to nag me or make me do something for her. I've asked her time and time again to stop waking me up. I have a hard time going back to sleep. Could you please just let me sleep until 11 a.m.? And when I'm up, I'll do whatever you need me to do? But she never listens. Well, currently she's been having work done on her house. The workers are in their final stages, so they're just painting the house. Well, once again, she woke me up at 7:30 today by barging into my room to move her truck because the workers are here. I groan, get up, and throw on a nightgown she doesn't like. We've had several fights about this nightgown because it's short, even though it's long enough to cover everything it needs to. I looked at myself in the mirror and thought about changing, but instead I smirked and thought to myself, if you can't respect my boundaries, why am I going to respect yours? I keep the nightgown on. I walk out of my room, move the truck, and go back inside. As soon as she sees me while I'm walking back to my room, she starts screaming.
You went outside like that? You're basically naked! Why do you hate me?
She's standing in front of me, trying to block my way from going to my room. I duck underneath her arms and ignore her. My mother starts following me while yelling about me living with her and my father, so I can't be dressing like a whore around their house. Especially when my father and working men are around. I get into my room, close the door, and take off the nightgown so I'm butt naked, about to lay back down, and she swings my door open, still trying to argue with me.
I can't believe you would embarrass me like that! Put on some effing clothes! We're talking!
I laugh in her face and close the door on her. She attempts to reopen the door, so I grab the handle. I'm not allowed locks on my door. Dude, no. I'm naked. We're not even talking, you're just yelling. The truck is moved. Please leave me alone. She starts sobbing about how everyone is so mean to her. She hates her life and stomps off to call my dad to complain about me. ETA 1. Please stop telling me to move out and pay my own bills. That's literally the whole plan in the next few weeks if y'all could actually read the freaking post. Number 2.
Well, you can't hate it that bad if you live there still since you've been over the age of 18 for 4 years.
Oh my god. I moved out when I was 19. My ex-boyfriend was beating the stuffing out of me. The abusive relationship I was in effed up a lot of things, including my finances. I was 20, about to turn 21, lost and effing confused. My parents let me move back in. I've been saving for a car of my own, which my abusive ex ruined, to get my credit up so I can get a car loan, and to save up money so I can put a down payment on a car and also all the extra fees apartments charge when you get approved to move in. I haven't just been sitting on my butt living with my parents. I've been getting my stuff together, and it's taken time because I effed up. I ruined my life because of a bad relationship I was in. Number 3. You're obviously not grateful for your mother. I love my mom to death, but she can be toxic and abusive and manipulative. I didn't leave one toxic relationship just to hop back into another one. I deserve respect and privacy. The very minimum. I love my mom, but I'm allowed to vent. None of you know anything about me. Number 4. This blew up, lol. Thanks for all the awards. I appreciate it to no end. Hopefully all this tension resolves itself when our poster moves out. Yeesh. Jump when you say jump? You got it, Dad. My dad's a typical abusive narcissist, and we're super low contact since I've been an adult. My sis and I were terrified of him when we were kids. When I was 17, I had to get to school early for a couple of weeks for a debate club. There weren't any buses to take me, and the walk was too long. So my parents reluctantly let me drive to school for those limited meetings. My parents' garage was at the bottom of a very short, extremely steep driveway. One Monday morning as I was backing up, the reverse beeper, installed by Dad as an alarm in case I ever tried to drive the car, alerted him that I was leaving. I had borrowed his bus pass to get to my weekend job the previous day, and I had forgotten to leave it for him when I left. This would cost him an extra $4 total to get him to and from work that day. He had a 6-figure salary. Anyhow, this was a great opportunity for him to scream at me in public, which he relished. He literally jumped out of his shower and ran outside in a towel as I'm backing up the manual transmission minivan. When I saw him, I instinctively put it in neutral with my foot on the brake. He screamed at me, "Where's my bus pass? Get out of the car now!" So, I just got out. The car rolled quickly down the driveway, through the closed garage door, and smashed into his 1960s Mustang. The garage door and both cars were crunched together. I thought he would literally kill me. What actually happened was that the neighbors rushed to windows in response to the crash and saw him red-faced, in a towel, and seething at me. It was one of 2 times my mom actually stood up for me. Just as he began to rage, she said, "You trained her to react immediately when you command her. You told her to get out now, and she did, just like you demanded. Maybe you should have let her finish backing up first." No consequences for me. I hope saving that $4 bus money was worth it, Dad. Edit. Yes, he majorly sucked, but my kid sister and I grew up to be in happy, loving marriages. We ended generations of an abuse cycle. Abusers on my dad's side, victims on my mom's side. Sister and I have both worked through the trauma with counselors, and we're both happy. Mom is still stuck with him, so he's peripherally still in our lives. Thank you for your empathy. I'm good, so a great place for you to spend that empathy is at Our Abusive Relationships, Our Abusive Parents, and Our Narcissistic Abuse to support those who are still stuck. Edit 2. Thanks for the awards, sweet strangers. It's nice to feel seen. Also, thank you for your stories. I actually thought this was a funny anecdote from my childhood. It's interesting to see by your reactions that it was much darker than I realized. More work to do in therapy, apparently. It's an abusive father reaping what he sows. I hope he really liked that Mustang. And that's all the time we have today for these malicious compliance stories. If you liked any of the stories, make sure to click that like button, and please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any stories. Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you later.